My dad used to come to my practices at the junior high. He would, when I was in elementary, he would go and watch me once in a while in elementary. But in junior high, he would come and watch me in junior high once in a while. Say, hey Bruce, come here. I got to tell you something. He'd kind of help coach me. He loved to watch me play football. He loved to be around football. He loved sports. But when I was at high school, he started coming when I was a sophomore. And I'm like, I was so embarrassed that my dad would come and watch me practice as a sophomore in high school. And it embarrassed me. And anyway, my coaches said, you need to tell your dad not to come. I think they might have told him to. You need to tell your dad not to come to practice because it's distracting. So my dad said, okay. So the next day we're out practicing, and I look up above Weber High, above the football field up there, and I see the canal, and my dad's up there on my 350 XL Honda, and he's watching with his binoculars. He's watching me practice with his binoculars. Man, what a guy. So fast forward. I like to watch my son practice. So out at Fremont, I would go out and take the binoculars out and watch him practice out there at Fremont. At North Ogden Junior High, I would go up above North Ogden Junior High's field, up in the first subdivision, the houses that lined the edge of the junior high property. There was a house for sale that there was no owners. And underneath that house, they had a deck. And this deck was just a deck with maybe dirt or grass, I don't know what. But I would just sit on that deck and I would watch my son play junior high football every day, and I was always hoping that he would get the chance to play quarterback, and rarely did he. Thank goodness we went to Fremont. But I would watch my son play football, and I lived to watch my kids play sports. I lived to watch Brandon wrestle, play football, basketball, track, everything. I lived, and it was so motivational for me to watch my son Sean wrestle and do the things that he did, McKay, the things that he did. So it was a lot of fun. I love watching my kids participate. Stardy still gets mad at me a little bit because I didn't come to her all-day dance recitals or dancing performances at Lagoon. But the fact of the matter is, and I don't know if I've told her this a few times, but I did not like being around the competitiveness of dancing. And there was some negative tastes in my mouth from some of the experience that I had in dancing, and I just didn't want to be around it. I loved watching her dance completely. I loved watching her dance, but I had a real hard time sitting around at dancing competitions at Lagoon or wherever they might be. I kind of got burned out of when I taught clogging, but I still loved the kids and I loved teaching, but I got burned out of it, and I just didn't want to be around it very much. So it's a lot more, I think it's the reason why I like sports so much, football, wrestling, baseball, track, is because I participated in it. And I didn't participate that much in dance, even though I taught for 4 years.